The rain fell heavily on the streets of São Paulo the day Ayrton Senna da Silva was born, March 21, 1960. Some would later say the sky already knew he would be different, that his life would be tied to speed, danger, and destiny. In a modest but loving Brazilian home, young Ayrton grew up surrounded by discipline, faith, and quiet ambition. His father, Milton, believed deeply in structure. His mother, Nide, believed in gentleness. Between those two forces, a boy was formed who would one day carry the hopes of an entire nation on his shoulders. At 4 years old, Ayrton received his first go-kart. It wasn't powerful, it wasn't fast, but the moment his small hands touched the wheel, something awakened. While other children played casually, Ayrton drove with focus. Eyes locked forward, jaw clenched, heart racing. He didn't laugh much while driving. He didn't show off. He concentrated. By 8, he was competing. By 13, he was winning. And by his teenage years, everyone around him understood something unusual. Ayrton didn't race to impress people. He raced to understand himself. Karting became his religion. He studied every corner, memorized every mistake, replayed every race in his mind long after others had gone home. Losing hurt him deeply. Winning didn't make him celebrate wildly. It simply brought relief, proof that he had done things correctly. In Brazil, racing was expensive. Europe was far away. Many doubted whether a Brazilian boy could survive the ruthless world of motorsport abroad. But Ayrton believed talent deserved sacrifice. So he left home. England was cold, lonely, unforgiving. He lived in small rooms, ate simply, spoke little. While others enjoyed nightlife, Ayrton studied track layouts. While rivals slept, he trained. He won championships in Formula Ford, Formula 3, one after another, until teams could no longer ignore him. In 1984, Ayrton Senna entered Formula 1. His first team was small, Toleman, weak car, limited budget, low expectations. But destiny had its own plan. At the Monaco Grand Prix that year, rain poured mercilessly. Cars spun, champions struggled, visibility disappeared. But Senna flew. One by one, he hunted down the leaders, calm, precise, fearless. He was seconds faster than everyone else in the wet. The world watched in disbelief as a rookie in an inferior car closed in on Alain Prost, the reigning champion. Before he could overtake, the race was stopped. Many believe that day robbed Senna of his first victory, but something greater was born instead, a legend. From that moment on, Formula 1 would never be the same. Senna moved to Lotus and began winning races. His pole laps stunned engineers. His precision bordered on supernatural. When rain fell, other drivers feared it. Senna welcomed it. He said the wet stripped racing down to purity, driver versus destiny. But his greatest chapter began when he joined McLaren. There, he met Alain Prost. Two geniuses, two opposites. Prost was calculated, methodical, political. Senna was emotional, spiritual, uncompromising. What began as respect slowly transformed into the most intense rivalry motorsport had ever known. They were teammates, yet enemies. They shared a garage, but lived in separate worlds. In 1988, Senna won his first world championship. His driving was near flawless. Pole positions came like breathing. Victories followed naturally. Brazil erupted in celebration. He became more than a driver. He became hope. But peace never lasts long when pride meets ambition. In 1989, controversy exploded. A collision with Prost at Suzuka ended Senna's title hopes. Officials penalized him harshly. Senna felt betrayed, not just by racing authorities, but by the system itself. He raged. He questioned fairness. He questioned destiny. In 1990, the rivalry reached its breaking point, again at Suzuka. This time, Senna did not avoid the collision. He won the championship, but the victory felt heavy. Even as he stood atop the world, something troubled him. Success no longer filled the silence inside. He began searching for meaning beyond trophies. Senna turned deeply toward faith. He spoke openly about God, about purpose, about responsibility. He believed his talent was a gift, and gifts demanded accountability. He donated quietly to charities, built hospitals, supported Brazilian children in poverty, never seeking credit. Most of the world learned of his generosity only after his death. To Brazil's poor, Senna was more than a racer. He was proof that greatness could come from them too. As the early 1990s progressed, Formula One changed. Technology dominated. Cars became complex machines. Senna, a pure driver, struggled against computers and politics. Still, he fought. He left McLaren for Williams in 1994, a team known for dominance. But the car was unstable, nervous, dangerous. From the first race, Senna sensed something was wrong. He spoke about fear, something he rarely admitted. Then came Imola, San Marino Grand Prix weekend. Friday, Rubens Barrichello crashed violently. Saturday, Roland Ratzenberger died during qualifying. Senna was shaken. He held the Austrian driver's blood-stained helmet in tears. He spoke of stopping the race. He felt death hovering over the paddock. But the race went on. On Sunday, May 1st, 1994, Ayrton Senna led the field. Lap 7. At over 300 kilometers per hour, his car left the racing line and slammed into the concrete wall at Tamburello. Silence followed. The world stopped breathing. Doctors fought desperately. Helicopters lifted off. Brazil prayed. But at 6:40 p.m., Ayrton Senna was pronounced dead. He was 34 years old. The news shattered nations. In Brazil, streets emptied. Grown men cried openly. Children wept. Churches filled. When his body returned home, over 3 million people lined the streets of Sao Paulo to say goodbye. No athlete in Brazilian history had ever received such mourning, because Senna had given them belief. Belief that discipline could overcome circumstance. Belief that passion mattered. Belief that excellence was sacred. He once said, "If you no longer go for a gap that exists, you are no longer a racing driver." But beyond speed, Ayrton Senna taught something deeper. That life itself requires courage. That greatness demands obsession. That faith and fire can coexist. Today, decades later, his name still echoes through racetracks. Drivers speak of him with reverence. Fans speak of him like family. Because Ayrton Senna did not simply race. He drove with his soul. And in doing so, he became immortal.